What actor would you guys want to play you guys in a movie about your life?
Probably a younger Kevin James.
You trying to be Sean Payton?
Like King of Queens, Kevin James,
Yeah.
or like younger?
Yeah.
That's
a good one.
That's a really good one. Like, I was not expecting that at all.
I used to get called that at work.
Oh,
You used to get called a lot of things. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, I have.
get called a lot of things here too.
That's true.
Sean Austin for you.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is it Austin or Aston?
Aston, my bad. Sean Aston.
Rudy.
People always said that's what he looked like when he was in elementary school.
It's because of the
See it.
hair. The hair,
Just-
I was just messy hair.
Uh-huh.
I have no opinion. I don't think a movie about my life would be interesting. So, plus I'm one of a kind.
Okay. In a movie about my life, who would you want to play you?
Oh, I don't know. Idris Elba
Idris Elba. I'd like that.
That's spot on.
could capture my classiness,
Got the voice.
Capture your intensity.
capture my intensity.
Ever since I saw like the first movie of him, Adam Devine.
Pitch Perfect.
He wasn't Pitch Perfect.
You weren't kidding. You actually meant Adam Devine.
I actually met Adam Devine.
Oh wow, I thought that was like haha funny.
Why? Who would you think would play me?
I don't know.
And don't hurt my feelings.
I don't know. I just didn't think Adam Devine.
No, Adam Devine. And Game Over Man.
I almost died.
I almost died.
It's all
Oh my god, I almost died! No. I almost died! That was so scary. Thank you.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Oh.
I think of that movie When We First Met.
When we first met. When I first saw him now, I was like, because
Like
it was
you could take out Adam Devine and put you in, and you would play the role, and it would make sense still. I would believe it. Like I would believe that it's not a movie like that actually happened with you. Like every choice that he made in that movie, I believe you would also make that same choice.
Oh, so you're saying I'm spot on to the character?
Yes.
Okay, well, the reason
And so is Adam Devine, so it works out.
that is a great movie. But in that movie, he's not as intense as he is in like Pitch Perfect or Game Over Man or his Workaholics show.
I'd pick The Rock to play me.
I can see it.
I don't know. You have
Jason
you have
Momoa.
You have too much character.
Jason Momoa. I don't have one for myself.
What when we did K-Duction videos, one of the lines I said in an action movie like board meeting.
The
was
board
that-
meeting.
was that Jacob was like Daniel Craig had a baby with Zac Efron.
Huh.
So maybe one of those two.
Maybe one of those two.
Or their love child.
Huh.
Zac Efron as young me. Daniel Craig as old me. There we go.
Two
Maybe.
entirely different people.
That's how movie magic works.
Hmm.
Imagine if they made a movie with like a 6-year-old and like, all right, we'll be back in 30 years to film your adult life.
Well, Anne Hathaway to play me.
I think that could fit.
Thanks.
We should tag her in this. She'd be like, ah. And then she'd pitch it to her producer, Jacob, the movie,
Nice.
starring Anne Hathaway.
Jacob the movie.
Who's the
What's up with-
That's 70 Show guy? Eddie
Wait.
Brock.
Oh,
Eddie
Topher
Brock?
Grace.
Topher Grace.
That's a good one.
That's a bid for my name. That's a realistic one.
Topher Grace. I respect it. I respect
Just
that
the
decision.
right amount of stupid funny.
Yeah, that like dumb, witty, quick,
Dork.
dry humor. Dork,
Yeah.
yeah. I still can't get over you said young Kevin James. That just hit me like a train.
Or Matthew Lillard.
If I get a
Matthew
segue in
Lillard.
here, can you do that?
Huh?
If I get a segue in here,
Absolutely.
you grow out a mustache,
Absolutely, I would. Yes, I would.
channel your Paul Blart. Hey,
Young Jake Gyllenhaal for Gavin is my vote.
I don't see it.
October Sky
Don't see it.
or Brokeback Mountain. Whichever one you prefer.
Oh, Heath
Those are the
Ledger.
Jake Gyllenhaal movies?
Heath Ledger.
I would grow my hair out like Heath Ledger. No, I would never do that.
Okay. Well, if anybody wants to fund a movie about our lives, now you know which actors to choose from. So please take it into consideration. And with that being said,
Yes.
let's go. Welcome back to the White Noise Podcast. I'm Ethan, joined by Mr. Grilled Cheese Teas.
That was the name. Okay, I saw the CHE.
Okay, you don't have to give it away. And as always, Jacob behind the glass.
Hello.
I'm going to start giving you a script
Howdy.
without the name on there. Just
Yeehaw.
blank. And how are you guys doing? How has your last week been?
It's been very nice.
It's been cold.
It has been cold.
Which I am very happy for, because on Sunday when I went over to mom and dad's, mom was like, it's gonna be like 20 degrees colder tomorrow, and I was like, thank God, because it was in the 70s today and it's hot.
That's nice. That is
I'll
perfect
say.
weather.
It was hot.
It was amazing.
Way too hot for me. And then Monday it was cold, and then Tuesday it was cold, and today it was cold, so I'm
It
happy.
was like hailing.
Yeah, I was saying yesterday it
I
rained
know.
hard as
I was
hell.
on the roads all scared.
Oh, you wanted this. You asked for it.
I did though. It is what it is. That's what I like.
I gotta take Ellie to school at like 6:30 when I wake up. It's
Ugh.
freezing.
You take her to school? She
Yeah.
didn't take the bus?
No.
Okay. Well, we have some happenings. And
What's the haps?
what's the haps? Trademark.
What the huck?
And let's start out with our main man, Kevin Feige.
Sponsored.
How's that sponsored? Okay.
Because he sponsors us.
That's true.
He doesn't.
He doesn't, though. What the heck?
But if you want
Oh.
to, you're more than welcome to.
Kevin Feige admits there are too many MCU shows. Finally comes to the conclusion we've known this entire time.
Isn't he also the one that said people will never get tired of superheroes?
He said, we want Marvel Studios and the MCU projects to really stand out and stand above. So people will see that as we get further into Phase 5 and 6, the pace at which we're putting out the Disney Plus shows will change so they can each get a chance to shine. Kind of like, quality over quantity.
Huh. Crazy. As long as we get Moon Knight Season 2, I don't care. Feel free to do that whenever.
Feel free to do that whenever. That's funny. And then, speaking of Marvel and the MCU, Ant-Man 3 comes out this weekend, and it is currently the second MCU film with a Rotten Tomato score.
Oof.
Ouch.
So, as of 14 hours ago, it has a 54% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That means it's good.
I hate to say it, but he's right. That means it's probably good.
The only movie that have a worse score than that is Eternals at 47%.
Yeah, but
Eternals?
everybody saw that one coming.
That was that. Was it Eternals that was ranked the lowest?
Yeah. At 47% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Huh.
And Ant-Man,
So Thor: Love and Thunder was not rotten.
no, it wasn't rotten.
Well, there you go. That's all
I
the
mean, it
proof
wasn't.
you need.
Yeah, it wasn't Eternals level. I thought Dark World was worse than Eternals.
It's got Paul Rudd. How bad could it be?
Exactly.
got a
And IGN gave Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania a 7 out of 10. So Ant-Man and the Wasp has just enough entertaining moments and heartfelt family story, plus knockout performances in Michelle Pfeiffer's Janet Van Dyne and Jonathan Majors' King the Conqueror, to make up for its more underdeveloped aspects. So,
The movie sucked, but the actors' performances were great. Is what that says.
but it gave it a 7 out of 10, which is
I don't know how you could say like all those good things would be like 7 out of 10. Barely above passing.
I think a 7's pretty good though.
7?
7 out of 10, yeah.
For that kind of review, that doesn't sound like you would rate.
Well,
It doesn't sound like you would rate that as 7. Like that review alone sounds like at least an 8.
they said underdeveloped. They said a lot of it was underdeveloped. You just said underdeveloped movie. Actors kind of shined.
It's too much good stuff for it to be 7.
A 7 is a good score though.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think a 5 is average.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 is average?
That's how you have to think about it. When it comes to scores out of 10, a 5 is average.
I think of
10.
it as a 5 is terrible.
No, a 5. Well, that's why you have to change your perception of that. And a 5 is average because it's in between 1 and 10. It's the average. You're thinking of it in percentage-wise, like a school test.
Yeah.
When it's not, you're not supposed to think of it like that.
You're giving it a 70%.
You're giving it a 7 out of 10.
70%. That's another way to say
Out
it.
of 100, 100 would be the best.
And it's not
And
like
you gave it a 70 out of
There's no
100.
passing grade for
Exactly.
a movie.
Yeah, but there's for Rotten Tomatoes.
60% is passing.
I don't agree.
Gosh, Gavin. You're infuriating. It does not fit my argument, so I choose to ignore it. That's what you said.
I did say that.
I know that he appeared in the Loki show, but I never watched it. But Jonathan Majors as King the Conqueror. So his performance was good according to that review. And he also says that he wants King to face Iron Man.
Well, that's going to be a little hard.
So Jonathan Majors wants Robert Downey Jr. to return as Iron Man in Avengers 5 so he can face the MCU's newest big bad King the Conqueror.
He's not even going to be... So he'll come back in the next Avengers movie?
Who?
If, according to this guy?
He said he wants him to.
I hope that doesn't come true.
Has he seen Endgame?
I don't think
Probably.
he did.
Oh,
Not.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
But it's like, if you're coming into the MCU as an actor and this is your first time in an MCU role and it's like phase 4, obviously what's inclined to is probably the paycheck, but also everything before it.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to see yourself with the iconic characters from the early phases, from that made the universe. You know, you want to see yourself with Iron Man. Like I saw a meme the other day of the Avengers asking Thor for help in the next movie, and then Thor being like, "Who the heck are you guys?" And to all these new characters in the lineup.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be interesting.
Do we have any returning ones outside of Ant-Man? We have Falcon.
Falcon.
Or I'm sorry, Captain America.
Sure.
And then we have
I don't know.
Hulk?
I don't
Question
know.
mark?
I don't know. I just bring the news, okay? I don't have the information.
Okay.
I'm not an insider. Speaking of the MCU, Spider-Man 4 is officially like going into production. It's officially it's very early, but it's started.
With Sam Raimi?
Unfortunately not.
Aw.
The MCU writers have a story for Spider-Man 4, Kevin Feige says. So Kevin Feige is teasing fans about more plans for Spider-Man in the MCU, saying that work on a 4th movie has begun. All I will say is that we have the story. Feige said, we have big ideas for that, and our writers are just putting pen to paper now. So very early stages, but they have the general idea of it.
Can we have Scorpion as the villain?
Sure.
That'd be cool.
I'll let him know.
My shirt is Spider-Man.
Whoa. I want a movie where Spider-Man is the villain. Can we do that?
You were
That was
doing
Spider-Man 3.
you were doing that, Jacob, and I was just picturing Billy Madison with like Frank. Like it's my friend Frank's shirt.
Say I stole this shirt from Frank.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's all my fault. I made a mistake. Gee, what? Are you some damn moron?
Gavin wouldn't understand.
Nope.
A Spider-Man noir live-action series is in the works.
With Nick Cage?
Not with Nick Cage,
Ugh.
Cringe.
and
Cringe
not
man.
and not with Peter Parker. It's going to be a different character.
Like Ben.
Maybe some
Ben. What's the Spider-Man's name that's named Ben?
We will be doing
Ben Reilly?
Spider-Man
Ben Reilly.
without Spider-Man.
that's the clone.
Mm.
But it's just gonna be like
Confusion.
Spider-Man noir, but it's not Peter Parker in the mask. It's gonna be like if you just picked a random person to be them.
Oh.
Which is the whole point of Spider-Man noir is
He likes to eat egg creams.
that he was never told with great power comes great responsibility. He was told an alternate one of like, if people have power, it's your responsibility to take it away from them. Something like that. Something along those lines.
That's pretty cool.
He likes to punch Nazis.
Sure.
So did Captain America.
He did.
He
did have some enjoyment in that.
Mm-hmm. He's
And
punched
then,
Hitler.
speaking of
He did?
upcoming, he did. Speaking of upcoming movies,
Awesome.
I Am Legend 2 to star Michael B. Jordan and Will Smith, set decades after the original. And I read that, and I was like, didn't Will Smith's character die?
That's immediately what I went to. I was like, that's going to be a little
and then
rough.
I read it here The alternate ending will be used as canon in the upcoming sequel, which will trace back to the original Matheson book. So apparently there's an alternate ending where maybe Will Smith's character survived, and that's the one they're going to use as canon.
Was
so
that
they
filmed?
I don't know, Gavin. I'm just bringing you the information.
Is there one where the dog lives?
No, probably not. And so I think it's funny. Last week I mentioned, I watched I Am Legend, and then now they're making a sequel. So they know people are watching it. They're like, we should make a sequel.
They're watching One-Eyed Bits podcast.
With sequels, it's really difficult to be excited for just out-of-pocket sequels like that, because it's just make an original movie with Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's zombie-esque or
So you can make a
or whatever.
apocalyptic
Exactly.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
But they need the brand so people can be like, I remember that first movie. Let me go watch this sequel.
And then it sucks.
And then it sucks because you're expecting it to be like the first one. Just make an original one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Michael B. Jordan and Will Smith would be able to sell a movie on their own just because of their
Exactly.
names.
Yeah, if
So
they're
it's
like,
I don't
hey,
think you need the title.
Post-apocalyptic movie, zombies, Will Smith, Michael B. Jordan, I Am Legend 2. Okay.
Exactly.
That's how it feels.
Nobody's asking for it. Now, an iRobot 2, I wouldn't be opposed to. Just kidding.
Hey, low key though.
But it's just such a weird movie that, speaking of weird movies, Mattel is rebooting Barney with a new film and animated series. So Barney's coming back with a new movie.
Barney the dinosaur?
Barney the Dinosaur.
Oh, okay.
Barney and Friends.
Interesting.
Wow.
With a new film and animated series.
CGI Barney.
So,
God. That would look so weird.
so I don't know if the film's going to be like him in a costume or if it's going to be like, I don't know what, like there's very limited details. If it's going to be like a Barney story of like, who's like a Barney origin story as opposed to like Barney and Friends in this.
Barney origin story.
Nice.
So I
can't wait to go watch Barney Origins. It's gonna be my favorite movie.
Can't wait to see in 20 years when those kids that played in that movie grow up and become addicted to drugs.
Yep. The Barney team-up movie?
the Barney team-up movie. But yeah, that's also just so out of pocket and no one's asking for it.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
And then this past weekend, some trailers were released, including the Flash trailer, which, from what I've heard, like I told you a couple weeks ago or last week, that James Gunn said it's one of the best superhero movies he's seen. And I was like, he's in charge of DC. Of course he's going to say that about his own product he's putting out.
Duh.
And then I've also seen like other rumors saying like they saw the movie and it's one of the best superhero movies they've seen and one of the best DC movies.
Doubt.
Better than Eternals, huh?
And it's like, damn. But I think that's what they want us to think. I think they want us to think it's one of the best.
I don't think it's going to be even amongst the top 10.
Better than Black Adam.
It's not like
I don't even
people
think it will be. I don't think it will be. I
So the
think
trailer
Black
was
Adam will be
released.
better.
There's 2 Barry Allens, 2 Flashes, 2 Batman. Michael Keaton returns. He says he's Batman.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Michael Keaton returns, and it's, to me, it looks like it's going to be
Fan
servicey like Spider-Man No Way Home, And unfortunately, because the Flash got delayed so much, like it was supposed to come out that same year, but Ezra Miller being crazy and the world being crazy and DC just being crazy,
Resetting itself.
so we'll see what happens. But that's the Flash.
Yeah, I remember seeing a commercial. I think it was during the big game where I saw like Michael Keaton as Batman. I was like, why is he dressed as Batman?
He did that once.
But that makes
Twice.
sense that it was
Yeah.
for that movie. Okay.
And then the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 released another trailer, and it is like the final Guardians of the Galaxy movie of this story and these characters. So people might die in this movie.
We know Drax is definitely going to die because Batista doesn't want to do it anymore. So Drax is definitely dead at the end of this movie. Calling it $20 right now.
I believe it.
What's your over/under? 1.5 characters dying.
I'm going to say 3. I'm saying
take
3.
the over.
3?
Rocket, Drax. I'm going to say Mantis.
1.5. That means 2 people. It's
Yeah.
the over. I'll take the over.
I'll take the over as well, but I don't think it'll be 3.
Rocket and Drax.
2.5 over under. That's how you set a line.
I know for a fact it's 2, but I'm going to go ahead and bet 3.
I'm going to go under. So he's going over. He knows for a fact, but he's going over.
I know for a fact it's 2, but I'm going to go
Main
ahead and gamble.
characters, as in like, is Mantis included in there?
I will include Mantis in there.
She's a main character.
I could go over. I could see it.
I don't see her
That'd
dying.
be extreme, though.
I don't see her dying.
I feel like her and Drax
see
are going to die together.
Drax and Rocket.
They're both dead.
I don't remember a lot of the trailer. I just remember not liking Chris Pratt's hair. It looked weird.
Yeah. It's never been the same since the first one.
Wahoo!
Oh yeah, he couldn't cut it because of the Mario movie. That's why.
They did release a new
they had
trailer for that.
CGI.
They had to keep his hair for the mocap suit.
And then, so that's like the main happenings. But this past weekend was the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
And Gavin lost a lot of money.
I lost $20.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
You could buy like a lot of things with that.
You can.
A pizza.
Overall,
You can buy a pizza. You can buy 2.
I thought it was a very entertaining game.
It was right.
It was on. It's not like I was sitting down actively watching every play. It was just on in this small room I was in. And
Small.
it was entertaining.
It was.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. And going into the game, like before it started, like it was showing all the like players like interviews over the course of the week and stuff, and it showed Jalen Hurts, and I was watching it, and I was like, I don't feel anything towards Jalen Hurts. Like I don't hate him, I don't love him. But then after this game, I kind of like him.
He's scrappy. I like him.
So I like him.
I don't like Philly though.
I know. Well, that's the thing that I also saw is the people on the Eagles are like enjoyable and you like them, but you just don't like Philly or the fans.
Yep.
Yeah, but I just hate the Chiefs more.
I don't care for the Chiefs.
I hate all of them.
I like Patrick
I
Mahomes.
hate all of them.
How? Why?
Because they're annoying.
Why?
Because I hate them.
Why?
Because they're annoying.
Okay.
Fair.
Kelsey, I dislike you.
He's pretty good though.
He's just pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. The Chiefs, like I said, the Chiefs don't lose unless Kelsey wants them to. Kelsey will materialize wherever the ball is thrown.
Mm-hmm.
There could be quintuple cover. You could have all 11 guys on him. He'll still catch it.
He's good.
He's good. Pretty good.
Shouldn't be allowed to play.
All right. I
For
saw
that reason.
If you went to the Jags, would you like it?
Yes, I would.
QBs at the age of 27. Peyton Manning had 2,500 yards, 167 touchdowns, 110 interceptions,
Yeah.
and a 54-42 win-loss ratio.
Did you read that right?
Yes.
110 interceptions?
At 27 years old.
How long had he, like, so what, five?
Five or 6 years?
That's a lot.
What the? 100?
No way.
Nah, I was going to say, are you sure?
No, yeah, that's pretty. Brett Favre has the most interceptions in NFL history.
Yeah, I know that.
So greats can have a lot of interceptions.
That's
God.
like
That is a lot,
that's
though.
20 plus interceptions a year.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There's no way.
Well-
I know Peyton Manning was pretty bad when he was young. His first couple years.
Exactly. So there's that.
That bad.
And he had at 27, he had 0 Super Bowl, 0 Super Bowl MVP, 1 MVP, and Patrick Mahomes. No, let's go. Tom Brady at age 27.
That's not fair. We should just skip him.
Tom Brady at age 27 had 1,400 yards, so 11,000 yards less than Peyton Manning. 97 touchdowns, which was 70 less than Peyton Manning. 52 interceptions, though, and a 48-14 win-loss ratio. So much better there. And he had 2 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. Pretty neat, huh?
That is pretty neat.
And then
Wow, you're right. He had a lot of interceptions.
And then Patrick Mahomes at age 27 has 24,241 yards. So he has 600 less than Peyton Manning. 192 Super Bowls. So like 25 more.
192 what?
I mean, 192 touchdowns, my bad.
It's like, what?
192 touchdowns, 49 interceptions, and a 64-16 win-loss ratio. And he has 2 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 MVPs, and the numbers compared amongst those 3, Patrick Mahomes is above in every category except a little less yards than Peyton Manning.
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
No, I don't care about
what
that
do you
number.
mean you don't care about
I think
that?
he has a better team. Congratulations. Again, you have Kelsey. I think Kelsey is like the only reason all that's up there. I think if you got rid of Kelsey, all those numbers probably go down to half. I am dead serious about that. I think Kelsey.
You're dead serious.
I am dead serious about that. I think Kelsey is literally.
I think it's
the glue.
It's the great duo of that.
I think if Kelsey left, Chiefs go like maybe 3-13, 4-12.
You're delusional.
No, it's Kelsey. It's all Kelsey.
People had the same questions when Tyreek Hill left.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, they're not going to be as good. They're not going to be as dynamic. And they won the Super Bowl.
It's Kelsey. Don't get me wrong. Mahomes is good. I don't want to say he's bad. I don't think he's terrible.
I think he's the next
No.
great.
But I don't think he is.
Top 10, where's Mahomes? In the league this year.
This year? That's not fair. There was like no good quarterbacks this year.
So where do you put him?
I guess number one. But if
Okay,
we're,
what do
What do you mean?
but if we're
Because
comparing him to the greats, like no, I don't think he makes top 10 list at all.
He's, what, 27?
27.
I don't see it. He's got a good team.
Okay, if he wins 3 more Super Bowls. He has more Super Bowls than Aaron Rodgers.
That's true.
Okay.
So is he better than Aaron Rodgers?
Right now, yes. Right now, current Aaron Rodgers, yes.
The
he's better
trajectory of his
Total.
career.
Is he better than Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know yet. He's not, what, 30-something? How old is Aaron Rodgers?
Okay. When Patrick Mahomes gets to 30-something,
Patrick Mahomes.
I would imagine he would have at least one more Super Bowl.
Patrick Mahomes can legit go on to lose every single game from here on out. It's possible.
Yeah, it is possible. It's not
So
going to
it's
happen.
like just because he's
not probable.
Just because he's done it doesn't mean he's going to do it every season afterwards.
Okay, here's the thing though. Every year, excluding his rookie year, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Every year, excluding his rookie year, he's been in the AFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
because he sat his rookie year.
Don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
I'm not going to meat ride Mahomes like that.
I didn't care for Mahomes either. And then
You
I
don't
see the
have
numbers.
to like him,
Exactly.
but you can't not
I'm not-
acknowledge his.
Like I said, I'm
his
not saying he's
talent
terrible.
and his
He's a
accomplishments.
good quarterback.
A very good quarterback.
But to say that that's like just all his own achievement, I don't think so. I think he's got a great team, which is the only reason he's got all those stats.
I don't think it's the only reason.
I'd say it's like 80%
you say
of the
you
reason.
take Kelsey, one player out of the
he
equation.
beat the Jags on one leg. And won the Super Bowl on one leg.
He was able to run. He was fine. But
On one leg.
what do you mean he was running with two legs?
He was drugged up.
He was. I want to know what the hell he was on.
And it's not one player. Like taking away Kelsey doesn't make the team a bad team.
No, of course not. But I don't think
3-13. That's what you said. You say you take away Kelsey, they're 3-13. Would you say 3-13 is a bad team?
I may be trolling a little. But
We do a little trolling.
yeah. Now, if we took away Kelsey, they still have a winning record, but they don't go to the Super Bowl. I'd say they get to the divisional round, maybe, but they don't go past that. Without Kelsey, the Jags would have beat him. I know for a fact.
You know for a fact.
Okay.
I know for a fact.
Jaguars right
100%.
now. Patrick Mahomes goes to the Jags. Are they winning the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Oh, so it's not all on one player. It's a team.
Look at
The
that.
Jags have a great defense, but their receivers are At least the Chiefs have Kelsey.
So are the Chiefs receivers. They're
Yeah, but they have Kelsey.
one guy.
Yes.
Why don't they just put every single defender on that one guy?
I don't know. I don't know why they
That's
don't.
not what it is.
I don't know why they don't do that.
Oh my god.
People have been asking that question for like a year now. Why don't they guard Kelsey?
You have really unrealistic
Andy
perceptions when it comes to football.
Yeah.
For a guy that played football too, like thinking the worst NFL team can lose to the best college team.
Out of like college history?
Oh my gosh.
I think if you took the best college team in college history versus the worst NFL team in NFL history, yeah.
No, I still think the NFL team
I
would win.
I think the college team stands a chance.
No, I don't think so. I think it'd be a bloodbath.
You have to understand that the best college team, those players are going to the NFL.
Not every single
Not
one
all
of
of them,
those.
correct? Not all.
Why
of them.
not?
Exactly. But
They're the
think-
best college team in the world.
And think
History.
about all the players
But
that
they don't go.
that come from college who are really good in college and then suck in the NFL. Because
Maybe.
it's a different game than it is in college.
I just saying.
Look at all.
I'd like to see
look
that
at all
game.
the college scores, and they're always like upwards of 40 points per team. Like every game is high scoring.
Mm-hmm.
You never see that in the NFL.
Very rarely. where it's like 45 to 52.
Yeah.
True.
If you say that, oh, you see the game last night? And Ohio State put up 50, against 48, barely. It's like, okay. There's no defense.
I'd like to see it, though. It'd be a good game. I think
not.
it would be a good game.
It would not.
I think you underestimate.
I think you overestimate the skills of 20-year-olds
These are going to be
against grown men.
That's why I'm saying we have to take the worst. Obviously, if you put like a mediocre NFL team.
If there was anybody better than available when they were the worst NFL team, they would be there.
Well,
Those are still professional
those could
players.
be two different generations. You could be playing an NFL team from like the 70s.
Okay, now you're just getting into the simulation, and it doesn't
Well,
matter.
that's what I'm saying. I want to see
don't
it.
In
you
the
ever-
70s, you know how those guys played?
Don't you ever see
Kill people.
Don't you ever see like press conferences when a really good team is getting matched up with a really bad team the next week, and it's like, oh, how are you preparing this week? And it's like, well, they're professionals. They're a good team. They're good at this. Like, they're still professional NFL players.
Correct. Yes.
A very small percent of college players get into the NFL, so it's that very small percent of elite players, and then a lot of
year.
and then a lot of people don't make it that far. They don't have 23-year careers like Tom Brady.
True.
Okay.
But not all of them.
Let's get into the static.
So you don't think so?
No.
Welcome to the static.
Yesterday was Valentine's Day. Did you guys do anything?
I made pizza.
I worked.
It was a heart-shaped pizza.
You didn't work.
I
You're a
didn't.
liar.
I worked out.
Why'd you lie?
Blatant lie.
Why'd you just lie?
Who were you really with?
Yeah, who were you really with, Gavin?
No one.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to hear this off the air.
I was actually with Ethan.
Yeah, we went to lunch.
You guys are so
We
stupid.
we didn't realize it was Valentine's Day, though.
Stupid.
I didn't.
You
Because
guys went to lunch
With
like,
Joe.
just to go to lunch with 3 dudes going to lunch
Yeah.
on Valentine's Day.
because it was my day off, it was Gavin's day off, and then we hadn't seen each other for like our birthdays, for Joe's birthday or my birthday. So it was like a birthday lunch. Thanks for lunch, Gavin.
So who was the third wheel?
The server.
The server.
Huh?
She was cool though.
Okay.
It was a 3-way, so there was no third wheel.
So you say there was a 4th wheel?
There's a 4th wheel, so the car went smoothly.
It was wing day.
It was wing day. So no Valentine stories, Gav? You didn't see anyone special?
No.
Okay.
I made a pizza.
I'm not special.
Nope.
We made pizza.
You are special, Ethan.
That's true. I am. I did go to Barnes and Noble yesterday because I wanted to get a book. And
What kind of book
I
did you
don't know where I'm going. I actually didn't. I walked out without a book. What? Because
You went to look for the books.
yeah, I was looking, and there's just a lot of books, and
They tend to have those there.
I like to shop at Barnes & Noble, and then I just buy it online.
Cheaper.
that's basically what I'm gonna do. But no, I told myself I'm not allowed to buy any books until I read the ones I already have.
Just read the books there.
That's true. Don't you have to pay for it? That's smart. I think I'm gonna do that.
Go there every day for like 30 minutes. Quickly read and then leave. Like bend the page a little so you know what page you were on when you left off. That way they don't suspect anything.
Or I could just check the page number and be like, oh, I'm on that page.
You could, but what if you forget?
Well, then I won't forget because I'm actually doing this.
I would write it down.
Okay, you could do that too. But I did see a book I wanted to get. It was over $30, and I was like, never mind. But it was about the 7 types of stories, which I know about, but I wanted to get it to know more about them. And I wanted to pose the question of what's your favorite type of story out of the 7, which I will read them to you here.
Give me them.
And you don't need to know the definition of
They're
them
self-explanatory.
because they're self-explanatory. Overcoming the monster,
Yes.
rags to riches,
No.
the quest,
Yes.
voyage and return,
Yes.
comedy,
Yes.
tragedy,
No.
rebirth.
Yes.
Those stories, of those stories, like which one's your favorite?
The Quest.
The Quest, probably.
Quest is always the best.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It rhymes. Poetical.
Quest is the best, as Dr. Seuss said.
And I'm also reading The Hobbit currently. I started it last night,
Is
and
that a
I'm
quest?
over halfway through.
I don't know. I feel like at its base, it is, but it's also just rebirth and
Could be a
voyage and
voyage,
return.
yeah.
It's like
There
all of
and-
them.
It's There and Back Again, A Hobbit's
is
Tale
there.
by Bilbo Baggins.
True.
See, a great story is all of them, all at once.
That's true. You have to pull from all of them. I learned that in one of my classes. Did I? Maybe.
Because The Hobbit, Bilbo was nothing, but when he came back, rich.
Rags to Riches.
He
is
was already
pretty
rich.
Was he?
Yep. It says it in here. Yep.
He's already super wealthy?
cool. Mhm.
Yep.
Because I thought he
It's
had
like the second richest family in the Shire.
the Bagginses.
They haven't called it the Shire in The Hobbit, though.
I think it's just Hobbiton.
Hobbiton.
Yeah.
So, the Tooks. They're the
Ooh, love a
richest.
took.
Huh? You know which one was the Tooks?
Yes.
Which one?
Peregrine took.
Let's say it.
You're talking about Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, which one was it? Merry or
It was
Pippin?
Merry and Pippin. But I don't know why you're asking me that, because I'm talking about The Hobbit, not Lord of the Rings.
Same thing.
Okay.
Peregrine took.
And that was... Freddie Ray used to say, like, full of a took, right?
Yeah.
When we were younger. I had
didn't know
no
what that
idea.
was?
No idea what it was. And then when I watched the Lord of the Rings movies for the first time with Gavin 2-3 years ago.
That was your first
And then-
time
and then-
watching it?
Yeah.
Oh my
And then Gandalf said it, and I was like, my cousin used to say that all the time.
God. So dumb.
Fool of a took. Throw yourself in next time and rid us of your stupidity.
So that's fun. Glass breaking moment.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I hate that it took you that long to watch the
Very
movies.
nice. I know. Those are classics.
I'm sorry that.
No, you're not.
Okay.
I like Rags to Riches.
Rags to Riches is always a
Not a
good
bad one.
story.
Goodfellas?
Most recent one I think of is Knight's Tale that I watched. So
Was that a good movie?
yeah, great movie.
Rags to Riches. Like, even like Hercules, the animated one, that's Rags to Riches.
That's true.
Is it?
Kind of.
Is it? What would you say it is then, Gavin?
Say Rebirth.
You'd say it's Rebirth? Well, you're wrong.
The Quest for Godhood.
Nope, you're wrong.
The Quest for God.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
That was the whole reason he was doing that.
But
so
you're
that he can-
actually wrong.
which is why I'd say it's Rebirth, because then he actually found
But you're wrong.
himself. What do you mean I'm wrung?
I think you're wrong.
I could argue it's a voyage movie. He travels
You
to
can't argue
Thebes.
anything. Maybe I should have bought that book and I would know more about it.
What, Hercules?
But it would no,
$30 though.
like $31 plus tax.
Wow.
And I was like, that's okay. I'll read The Hobbit.
It's like
Now-
over $4 a type.
A type? He's right.
I am on page 143 of The Hobbit.
What was your favorite word in that book?
Smaug.
My favorite word was of.
That's such a weird thing to ask.
So dumb.
Now I'm going to be thinking about that when I finish reading it. So thanks a lot, Gav. Like, oh, I like this
Every
word.
page you go through, you're like, I like that word.
I like that word. I like that word. Okay. Interesting. Jacob, get ready for your fact.
Oh, jeez.
But yes, I went to Barnes & Noble last night, and it wasn't raining. And then when I left, it was raining. And it was raining really bad. And I couldn't see the lines of the road. And hail was hitting my car. And lightning struck, and it lit up the entire sky. And it was very scary.
So it was like overcoming the monster. You did a story in itself right
Oh
there.
my gosh. Actually,
Man
it was
versus
a
nature.
voyage because I went somewhere.
Where'd you go?
Barnes & Noble.
Afterwards.
Home.
Lame.
You're lame.
You're lame.
Okay. Do you have the song of the week, Ev?
I've said song of the week twice in a week this time.
So should I say it?
Yes, you should.
Okay, I'll say it.
What is it? You don't know.
I'll pick one.
You don't know one off the top of your head?
Just talk to the people.
I have one.
To the people.
To Jakey
Okay.
Factuality.
I'll take
just,
factuality.
just kidding.
Okay, we're gonna keep it Super Bowl themed since it was the big haps. Which team has the most Super Bowl losses? Hint: there are two they're tied for.
There are two they're tied for?
Two teams are tied for the most.
I'm going to say Bills.
Wrong.
This game is rigged.
Really?
Correct.
Rigged.
Well, they only have 4.
There are two teams with 5 losses each.
Is it the Steelers?
Steelers?
Nope.
Okay. Ravens have won every Super Bowl they've been to, though.
That is correct.
2. It's not the Jags because they've never gone.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Hold on, let me. The
Is it-
Patriots.
Patriots are 1.
Okay. Seahawks.
No, not the Seahawks.
They've only gone twice, right?
The
I think they've won.
Rams.
No, they've gone
3.
twice.
They've gone 3.
They've gone
What's
3
the other
times.
one, Jake?
Hold on, wait, don't tell me.
Okay, don't
tell me.
AFC Conference.
The Broncos?
It is the Broncos.
That was my second choice.
Denver Broncos and the Patriots are tied with 5 losses each.
Damn.
And the Patriots suck. So that's like what 10 Super Bowl appearances for the Patriots in?
11.
That's
11?
insane.
That
They're
is
still
crazy.
positive. They're still positive.
6-5 in the Super Bowl.
Jeez.
Damn.
They lost 5 and they're still positive.
What is it? The SpongeBob meme of like Neptune with all the burgers and stuff with their Super Bowls, and then like what's one team that won one?
It's Saints.
The Saints with one.
Thank you, Drew Brees.
That's fun. That's interesting. Song of the week is going to be.
I don't know that one.
It's a good song.
It
I
is a
don't
great
really
song.
like it.
I pick Anakin's Dark Deeds by John Williams.
We'll do that one. Anakin's Dark Deeds by John Williams.
The first soundtrack song. All right, so mini trivia. What scene does that play in?
Oh no! When
All
he
right,
kills the younglings.
Jacob, school him.
It's when he kills all the separatists.
Okay.
Loser. You didn't even know.
All right.
It's when he gets sent to Mustafar.
Sorry, I'm not.
And then Obi-Wan's like talking to Padme. He's like, well, you have to tell me where he is. And she's like, you're going to kill him, aren't you?
Yeah, I
And
use
he's
that.
like, Anakin's the father, isn't he?
I put
I'm
that.
so sorry.
I put that in last week's episode. You're gonna kill him. You guys don't watch it though.
He
so-
said, yeah.
He said, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like, well, I mean, I'm not going to want
That reminds
to.
me. You seen that meme of Obi-Wan when he's walking down the runway and it's bringing sexy back every time he's on screen?
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's one
That
of the
is
best.
funny.
Have you not seen it?
Mm-mm.
I'll show you after.
Okay.
He hasn't seen Star Wars.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at OEF White Noise, at OEF Studios, and at The Old Fashioned Pod. Also follow our TikTok at One Eyed Fits, and subscribe to our YouTube, One Eyed Fits, to see the video from the podcast as well as any other content we upload. If you're already watching, then please leave a like if you enjoyed the episode. Leave a comment on our YouTube channel for a chance of it being read in the next episode. Today we have 2, not 1, but 2. The first one from Tanner C, who left like 6 comments, but I picked my favorite one.
He did.
That says,
Leave them all together, damn it.
that says, did Gavin just say that he liked Jack and Jill?
I did. I'll say it again. I liked Jack and Jill.
I thought that was funny. And then from Jay, I love that Gav called it the Ryan Gosling Barbie movie instead of the Margot Robbie Barbie movie. He's literally me. So
It is the Margot. Technically, you're correct. It is the Margot Robbie Barbie movie. But I'm going to see it for both of them. And Ryan Gosling.
but wouldn't an actor say, "Oh, I'm making a new movie. Like this is my movie I'm in. Want to go see my movie?" So it's
Would you call it the
any,
Christian Bale
any
Batman?
actor that's in there, it's their movie.
True.
They're part of it.
True. Unless it's with Tom Cruise. Doesn't count then.
Okay,
Like, you can't say Miles Teller's, like, Top Gun's Miles Teller's movie.
that's a good point.
Can't say
You
that.
make a really good argument there. I'm gonna go
As
see.
usual.
I'm gonna see Morgan Freeman's Batman movie.
Yeah, I don't know if that works.
You can say Michael Caine though. That makes sense.
Correct. I mean, they're both correct, but that's not exactly what I would go with first.
So be sure to leave a comment and have a chance for it to be read in next week's episode. And with that being said, I have to go watch Jacob's movie about my life.